do this, but you don't know who you are. I know who you are. You're gone. You quit. We won't see you again. Ha, ha, ha.
Remember, you heard it right here from Detecto Rizzo Mac. Peace.
Eve, just Eve, just Eve, just Eve. Put the check black first because it's brilliant. People talk too much. Say less. Remain on cold, follow the spirit. When the going gets tough, it's time for resilience. A fight inherited, no turning back, we're on our way. Tune into Eve at the end of your day, defying the odds. She's breaking the mold, black, beautifully blunt. Eve's story is bold. Unpopular talks, but they need to be heard. Eve's on a mission, spreading the word. Black America is fighting the oldest fight. Using her voice, shining the light. Stay ready, stay strong, that's her creed. Eve's got the wisdom, planting the seed. Just Eve, just Eve, just Eve, just Eve, planting seeds. Cut the check black first because it's brilliant. People talk too much. Say less. Remain on cold, follow the spirit. When the going gets tough, it's time for resilience. A fight inherited, no turning back, we're on our way. Tune into Eve at the end of your day, defying the odds. She's breaking the mold, black, beautifully blunt. Eve's story is bold. Unpopular talks, but they need to be heard. Eve's on a mission, spreading the word. Black America is fighting the oldest fight. Using her voice, shining the light. Stay ready, stay strong, that's her creed. Eve's got the wisdom, planting the seed. Just Eve, just Eve, just Eve, just Eve, planting seeds. The check black first because it's brilliant. People talk too much. Say less. Remain on cold, follow the spirit. When the going gets tough, it's time for resilience. The check black first because it's brilliant. People talk too much. Say less. Remain on cold, follow the spirit. When the going gets tough, it's time for resilience. Cut the check black first because it's brilliant. People talk too much. Say less. Remain on cold, follow the spirit. When the going gets tough, it's time for resilience. The check black first because it's brilliant. People talk too much. Say less. Remain on cold, follow the spirit. When the going gets tough, it's time for resilience.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Today, November 17th, it is almost the beginning of the week before the week everybody has off. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you were able to get some rest, some relaxation before your work week, and I hope you're ready for a conversation that might make you uncomfortable. Tonight, did you trust a system that doesn't trust you? I find that in the era of confusion, we've got, a lot of people who don't understand why the things didn't go the way that they wanted them to go.
More than a decade since former President Obama created the DACA program that gave work permits and protection from deportation to hundreds of thousands of young immigrants. And it was supposed to buy time for Congress to create a pathway to permanent residency. But that's never happened. And now a major court case could soon eliminate the program entirely. Tonight, our Devin Dwyer reports on a growing number of DACA recipients disheartened by years of uncertainty or choosing to leave America behind.
This is where I live here.
Is your whole life in this room?
Not all of it, but a lot of it.
In his Philadelphia apartment, Miguel has been living the American dream.
This is one of my favorite workout shirts.
College graduate and son of Colombian immigrants, grew up cheering on American sports teams and studying American history.
And LBJ is your guy.
Yep, yeah, it's a Texan.
His parents brought him to the U.S. as a toddler seeking asylum.
I love learning about the president and about the different states.
But the family never got green cards for permanent residency. And Miguel, now 23, is among a growing number of so-called dreamers who are planning to self-deport from America.
I still consider myself a dreamer in the sense that I'm a DACA recipient, but I'm done dreaming. I want a real life.
What is your dream?
Stability. That's what I want. And I don't have that right now because I'm living my life in 2-year increments.
Every 2 years since 2012, Miguel has had to apply for temporary legal status under the DACA program, which grants work authorization and protection from deportation to nearly 700,000 immigrants who were brought to this country as young children.
700,000. That's a pretty steep number, if you ask me, especially when we're looking at numbers like, I don't know, more than 10 million, more than 15 million. Who knows at this point, right? But we definitely have an influx of people who are not from here, who are definitely here doing things. This man that we're learning about was able to go ahead and get his college education on. And what a world. He says that he loves learning about the presidents and LBJ. That's his dog. Lyndon B. Johnson. You know, it's a lot of niggas who like Lyndon B. Johnson too. I wonder if it is the Immigration and Nationality Act of 1965 that might make him friendly to people who are not from here. It's so strange how we can exist in a time where people use our story against us.
You've renewed your DACA status at least 4 or 5 times. You've spent what?
Probably close to $10,000.
$10,000?
Yeah, probably something like that. I think it shows that the American dream has, in many ways left us out, unfortunately. I mean, I consider myself American. I love this country. But unfortunately, the dream has really left us out.
He considers himself American. Houseway, you are not from here. You were not born here. And you are a self-identified person who came here illegally. How are you American? How American is that when there are people who did the things? They actually went through the steps and they waited the years in order to have the citizenship that you, for however long that you said that you've been here, have been privy to. You know, these rights and benefits and resources and tangibles, all of these things that you've been awarded because of a program that kind of gave you amnesty, and you want people to feel some sort of way because you have to apply every 2 years. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to continue to remind people that my ancestors and some of y'all's ancestors had to walk around with literal papers, like actual factual papers that said, hey, I'm a nigga that is allowed to be off the farm. I got permission, boss. Yes, boss. I as asked, and Miss John said, man, if y'all don't get the fuck out of here with this ignorance, or maybe it's not even ignorance, maybe it is ignoring the past so that your future can be bright. I don't know. I find it extremely disrespectful.
DACA was supposed to be temporary, but immigrants like Miguel have become dependent on the program as Congress remains gridlocked over a more permanent solution. Meanwhile, a major conservative legal challenge seeking to strike down DACA could soon be coming to a head.
An appeals court said the whole thing's got to go.
Immediately, when I saw that news, in my head, I started going, okay, so if he issues the order in July of this year, that means I'll be good until July of 2025. And I started doing the math of, okay, if I renew by this day. And I was like, I caught myself. I said, Miguel, you can't live like this. This is crazy.
This summer, Miguel says he plans to leave all that stress behind, what he calls an act of taking back control of his life by moving to Canada.
And how cool that you can come over here, make some money, and then say, I don't like it here anymore because the rules don't work for me. So I'm going to just take my resources and bounce. And I'm not against it. I'm actually in favor of it. But how cool. You can just leave, right? It's almost like you have a choice.
Developed country, it's a global power. So no, I don't think it's going back to square one, but it's still disheartening that it didn't work out in America.
So
right now, the situation is very dangerous. deporting people, they jailing people.
ICE is systematically removing them from the United States.
Because fear of deportation, I sell my house. No more hope for me in this country now.
Sit here, buddy.
Daddy.
Mauritania never invented anything, but they invented method of torture. I fled Mauritania because I feared persecution, and indeed I was persecuted. I lived in the United States for almost 18 years. I earned my master's in business administration, and I am a U.S. citizen. So I become the person to go to. People come to me for anything, for, how do I plan my wedding? How do I file for my green card? How do I do this? And then, because I'm willing to go above and beyond and help people in my community. So that's why I started this community work.
I'm sorry, I just have to pause it here because it's strange that we can all have the same internet, but we can learn more about people than they know about themselves. To have such bad thoughts about your origins, Mauritania's never created anything except for ways to harm people. It's almost like they've identified with the abuser, right? It's very, I don't know, psychotic to come from a place as rich as Mauritania and to not know your impact on the world. To flee a place because of slavery, well, that's strange. I think that, I don't know, Black Americans, if they left a place because of slavery, I don't know that they went across an ocean to get away. They might have gone up a river, maybe through some mountains and down some roads, but I don't know that they hopped on a boat or a plane. And I guess maybe not a plane, but I don't know that they fled the land. But maybe things are a little bit different now, now that we've got technology.
Since Donald Trump became president, more than 50 people that I know have been detained and deported, only in Columbus.
And they like to use stories like his as horror stories. This man is a legal immigrant, so he really should have zero issues. But here he is all afraid because he knows 50 other people, which I call cap. You would have to show me on paper, sir, these 50 people that you known that were here legally that disappeared. And I'm not sitting here saying that I don't think that there is I'm not going to say that trafficking isn't a thing. It's absolutely a thing, especially when you've got Border Patrol agents talking about the missing children. However, it feels like sometimes people put a little extra stank on things because it might make the general population feel some sort of way. They might feel beholden to the person who is a victim of these crimes. And if you're not from here, but you're supposed to be here, you did the things the legal way, you did the papers, you have your papers, you might feel like the people who are from the land might protect you because you followed the rules, you did the things.
In anticipation of deportation, Mauritanians are selling their houses, selling their cars, liquidating their 401ks, because they know that if they go to check in with ICE, they might not return.
This is Refugee Road. Most of the refugees ironically live on Refugee Road. We are going to meet today Mauritanians in a threat of deportation. However, he told me that he doesn't want his face to be shown because he fears retaliation by the immigration or the ICE. They sold their house to move to a friend's house, and he lives in a teeny tiny basement.
The destination is on your right.
Hey, we here.
I sell my house because I was scared to be deported. I sleep here in this basement. In this house is my friend's house. It's a nice time. I put my mattress here, and do like that. You got my.
I'm sorry. Y'all are just gonna have to forgive me tonight because as much as I want to say less, I have so much to say. Like how these people can do all of these extra things when they get here, but they don't do these extra things at home. Why don't they take the initiative to give a damn where they're from? And I don't mean this disparagingly. I really mean that I see y'all doing the work. Y'all are doing the things. Y'all are literally moving like, I don't know, our ancestors had to move on the Underground Railroad. Little secret hideaways and rooms in the floor and passageways. And I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm being facetious. I'm not. It's just, whoa, look at how much hard work. Just imagine how much you could have gotten done if you had just stayed put and did some work at home. But maybe you're a person who fell victim to a system that doesn't trust you. And if that's the case, well, maybe you would be on a hamster wheel that goes nowhere.
Pillow, my blanket. You know what I do? It's the night. When I wake up in the morning, I fold it, put it back. Yeah, this is my suitcase where I put my clothes. It is the only thing I have left here in this country. This is my book, my worship book. I'm asking God to put you away from ice. I have my kids' paper too here, the birth certificate of my kids and the social security. I have 3 kids. This is my social security receipt since 2002 till now. When I was buying the house, I was thinking, I'm American now. This is my giving go.
It's kind of messed up because, the Hispanic man, DACA recipient, who is in fact illegally here, uh, the sentiments are different. Or is it just me? Did y'all hear the difference in the two men? Because the Mauritanian is legally here, but he is so afraid that he's like, oh, I just gotta sell my house. I gotta walk around with my actual papers. And maybe it's because of his melanin. Maybe he's been able to tap into a memory that's not his in order to be safe. I can't put that as not a possibility. It's absolutely a possibility. And then people who operate on second and third frequencies, they might not have the same abilities. They can't tap into the memory of the people of this land because they're missing some pieces. And then, rightfully so, it's a little bit easier for them to bounce because they're not supposed to be here. Barbara Streisand said she is going to be leaving Twitter. There's so many celebrities that are leaving Twitter, leaving X. Oh no. What are we gonna do, Barbara? What are we to do? And the comments, you guys. I popped some popcorn. Sure didn't. But I wish I had because the tickles that I got off of these comments, it's almost like these people don't even have followers who like them. So many comments about how this is not an airport. Like, nobody gives a fuck. And I mean, do you? Gabrielle Union, end of an era. It's been real. Look, ma'am, if anybody could carry the ass, it would be you. Um, I don't understand why you decided to fuck up a little boy's life outside of maybe you've got some jealousy issues, some I don't know, tiger mom situations. But yeah, no, when I was recording this, I definitely had to stop and give a couple of these comments a like because fuck you, Gabrielle Union. Disrespectfully, of course. Again, it was funny to me that out of all these hundreds of thousands or even millions of followers that some of these celebrities have, I couldn't find a lot of support. They were saying that they were going to Blue Sky or Blue Star or Blue something. I don't know. Some of these news outlets like The Guardian no longer posting on X. Do you know if you go to The Guardian's articles, they won't even show you the comments sometimes. Some of these news outlets are actively fielding and censoring comments. Almost like the First Amendment doesn't exist. Look at these old, washed up people that nobody gives a shit about. And if you guys remember, it's not like the Democrats didn't just realize that all of these celebrities that they tried to use to sway people's vote, nobody gave a shit. All of these people who have all of this money who don't give a shit about the cost of milk, bread, or gas, saying that we need to vote for 4 more years of who knows what the fuck is going to go on. I guess I'm kind of proud of America. Not that I'm happy about the racist and emboldening meant. No, that's not a word. I'm not happy that people who are racist have become emboldened.
Religion and Christianity are the biggest things missing from this country. And I truly believe that we need to bring them back, and we have to bring them back fast. I think it's one of the biggest problems we have. That's why our country is going haywire. We've lost religion in our country. All Americans need a Bible in their home, and I have many. It's my favorite book. It's a lot of people's favorite book. This Bible is a reminder that the biggest thing we have to bring back America and to make America great again is our religion. Religion is so important. It's so missing, but it's going to come back, and it's going to come back strong, just like our country is going to come back strong. In the end, we do not end. Religion and Christianity are the biggest things missing from this country, and I truly believe that we need. To every family across our nation, the First Lady and I want to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas. For Christians, this is a joyous time to remember God's greatest gift to the world. More than 2,000 years ago, the angel Gabriel appeared to Mary. He said, "Do not be afraid. You have found favor with God." The angel told her that she would give birth to a baby boy, Jesus, who would be called the Son of the Most High. 9 months later, Christ was born in the town of Bethlehem. The Son of God came into the world in a humble stable. As Christians everywhere know, the birth of our Lord and Savior changed history forever. At Christmas, we give thanks to God and that God sent his only Son to die for us and to offer everlasting peace to all humanity. More than 2 millennia after the birth of Jesus Christ, his teachings continue to inspire and uplift billions and billions of people.
Y'all know I love the way that man says billions. Billions and billions. Okay. There is no official religion for America, but isn't he kind of spitting right now? Like, I don't know, maybe bringing some morality back to the White House is necessary. But Eve, I thought that the orange man was the one who was indecent. We need to bring decency back to the White House. Well, if decency is, smiling in my face and then taking a big old dump in my Cheerios, I don't know if I like that. Do y'all remember back in the day when everybody was all up in arms if you didn't say Merry Christmas? If you said Happy Holidays, oh no, how dare you? But shit, maybe we need to be back there at freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. Freedom to do what you want without any consequences. I think that is what people want the First Amendment to be. But that's not what it is. And for what it's worth, like I said, the country doesn't have a religion. There's no official religion for America, but maybe religion can help guide some of these things that people get confused on. Like being born with a penis and not having a womb would not make you a woman. On the opposite side, being born with titties, or at least the ability to grow titties, and, a womb would mean that you would never be able to be a man. But I don't know. They said that, Trump is indecent and he grabs women by the hoo-ha.
All over the globe, his divine word still fills our hearts with hope and faith, and Christians everywhere still strive to live by Jesus' timeless commandment to his disciples: love one another.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Jill and I wish you and your family peace, joy, health, and happiness this season. But we know for so many of you in our...
Did you catch it? Happy holidays. And look, Joe, it's almost like you tried real hard not to let on that you were about to kick the bucket. And I don't mean like die. I mean like your intellect was about to go out the fucking door because it was literally leaving you. But, well, tone deaf. Maybe the Democrats are tone deaf.
nation, this has been a very difficult year. And we're reminded in this season of hope, our common humanity, and what we're called to do for one another. Many of our fellow Americans are struggling to find work, literally put food on the table, pay their rent or their mortgage. We're reminded we're on this earth to care for one another, to give what we can, and to be a source of help and hope to friend and stranger alike.
Many families are facing their first Christmas, having lost a loved one. And Joe and I know that sorrow. And we know how in times of grief, a kind word can mean so much. This is also a season of gratitude, and we're so thankful for the frontline and essential workers who have put themselves at risk for all of us, and for the scientists and researchers who have worked to deliver vaccines that are an incredible scientific breakthrough. And we're thinking of our service members who are far from home and the loved ones who miss them. Our family knows your sacrifice, and our hearts are with you.
Now, I know you're wondering why I'm playing Christmas messages from long ago, but it is because I needed you to see the duality. Two wings, same bird. However, oh damn, that's real low. Well, maybe it's the mask. I don't know, that just kind of sounded like a threat to me. They were very much pushing experiments, and if you didn't get the experiment, you could have lost your job. And again, out of all of these hundreds of thousands and millions of followers, I don't see a lot of support. And I didn't censor anything. I just went through the comments, you guys. From him being creepy to them lying to how could you have such words for us this holiday season? But, well, Joe doesn't know where he is. Like ever. Or at least since 2021. Look at him. Where is he going? Where is he going? And look at them. They're like, where is he going? Where is he going? Look at his face, you guys. That man should not have been the president. That's got to be a national security threat. And this video that I just showed you is from the summer 2024. And again, in the comments, not a lot of support. Like if you guys actually read the comments of some of these videos that you might watch, maybe you wouldn't have been so confused about how America voted.
So let's preserve this secret place for our time and forever, for the benefit of all humanity. Thank you very, very much.
There he goes. There he goes. Where is he going? And look, y'all, I'm not trying to be funny. When I saw this clip earlier today, I said, Joe's trying to get got. He literally just wandered off into the Amazon, into the rainforest. Like he's just wandering into the rainforest. I honestly, and really truly, I honestly, I'm not being funny. I think he wanted a monkey to grab him or something, or some sort of animal to take him out of his misery. He's been trying to go to bed for the past 3 years.
First of all, your comments are disgusting. I've served my country. I've served my country for 34 years. I find your comments this is out of control. As well. I've served my country for 34 years, and yes, I held a 5-year-old boy in my arms. In back of that tractor trailer, I knelt down beside him and said a prayer for him because I knew what his last 30 minutes of his life were like, and I had a 5-year-old son at the time. What I've been trying to do in my 34 years serving my nation is to save lives. So for you to sit there and insult my integrity and my love for my country and for children, that's why this whole thing needs to be fixed. And you're the member of Congress. We agree on that. Fix it. We agree on that, but I disagree. But I also disagree with your characterization of immigrant criminality. People for 3 decades on this. Gentlemen, time is. Look, you want to know why there's 50,000 people in detention? You want to know why we have 1 million illegal entries in the United States? You want to know why we have these issues? Because you have failed to secure the border. You have failed to work with this president to close the 3 loopholes we've asked for 2 years to close. So if you want to know why this issue exists.
So when he starts making sense, they're like, wait, nope, cut it, stop talking, it's on record, Tom, you're about to fucking spill the beans. But I don't know, I kind of believe Tom. He's been serving his country for longer than I've been alive, and it seems like he really wants to make America safe. It seems like he, too, was trusting a system that doesn't trust him. You know, it's like America continues to get fucked by America. And when is enough enough? I wonder if people read the Constitution, have read the Constitution, or even give a shit about what it says, how the laws are supposed to work, and who they're supposed to be for. But for this man to be speaking so boldly, so strongly about doing things for us, Americans, and then to be cut off because, well, in my humble opinion, and remember, I am just Eve, it just seems like they don't want him to say things on record. Well, because then I wouldn't be able to play it for you tonight, right?
Yes, you need to look in the mirror. You have failed American people for not securing the border and closing loopholes.
Mr. Homan, please respect the chair and the authority of the chair. The time of the gentleman has expired.
I've asked you politely to let me go beyond my time, and you let other people go beyond their time, but not to Tom Homan. He don't get to go beyond his time.
Mr. Homan, we have approved an agreement between the Republicans and the Democrats with the ranking member. We increased the time of one witness.
And again, tonight was about the comments. I am not here to censor anything as much as, after Trump got the election, this is the morning of November 6th. And according to this person, this journalist, this independent journalist, is quiet. Now, this right here, this might be the most dissenting opinion that I saw with regards to self-deportation, and it is Pismo with the American flags. In search of Gardner. Our Gardner of 4 years just told us he's moving back to Honduras next month as he fears deportation. He will be hard to replace. Looking for referrals. Now, what do y'all think the comments said to that? What do you think they said? You don't have to guess. I definitely am about to show you in a second. Boom, there they go. Just kidding. There they go right here. There's always going to be somebody telling Karen that she sounds like a Karen. And I'm not going to say that that tweet, post, or whatever you call them now didn't sound Karen-esque. Definitely from a white liberal woman who doesn't give a shit about this man, upset she's losing her gardener. Well, I'm sorry, Millie, but if my Honduran gardener is leaving and I was able to pay him peanuts, I guess I'd be mad about that too. And shit, some of y'all aren't even paying peanuts. But, well, I guess that's the whole problem that I'm having. How can you allow such things and then say that you give a shit about the American people? You can't have it both ways. And if you try to have it both ways, well, be comfortable having an uncomfortable conversation with people like me. Now, that's what I'm talking about. If you're here illegally, you should be worried. Doesn't matter how long you've been here. And exactly. Honestly, the people who've been here longer, I'd be more upset and disappointed that they haven't done the things to be here legally. Like, what the fuck is taking you so long? And if the goal is not to become a citizen, then what are you doing? Back in the day, there used to be a tax. I don't know if there's still a tax, as much as I have seen illegals say that, you know, the benefits that they get, they have to pay them back in one way or another. But I don't know, anything that you get as a result of being here and you came here the wrong way seems like a self-inflicted wound. Seems like if you didn't want to suffer the consequences, then maybe you shouldn't have done the things. I don't know. I guess I'd caution a person who has no ties to this land coming here and having anything to say about how things are done. Unless it is, you know, the illegal who will self-deport because they know that they broke the law, or the illegal who voted for Trump because, first of all, how did you vote? And then second of all, well, did y'all know that all the states that didn't have voter ID laws, those were states that Kamala won? How strange. Here's a thought.
What is your dream? Stability. That's what I
Oh,
want.
sugar. Here's a thought, because I just completely fucked up my video. Let's get back to here. Nope. It's a little bit past that.
Our current
And a little bit before that. There we go. This video is going to talk about a fresh start, maybe like a different way of looking at migration and people who are supposed to be here.
$451 billion. That's the annual price we pay for immigration welfare and enforcement. Overcrowded classrooms, overburdened hospitals, resources meant for citizens stretched to the breaking point. Our current system is costly, overwhelming, and unsustainable. But what if we had a choice? Imagine a new approach. A voluntary departure program could offer $5,000 and a plane ticket home.
Now, I don't know if you tuned in the other night, but deporting them with decency, this sounds pretty freaking decent to me, but I'm undeportable. So maybe it just sounds like a pretty good deal when you don't go to jail, you know, for breaking the law and such. But
Roughly $200 billion, it costs less than half of our current immigration spending and empowers people to start fresh in their home countries. Participants leave with dignity and support to rebuild their lives with a choice, not coercion. For those who can't safely return home, we've partnered with nations ready to welcome them. Economic aid and trade incentives create mutual growth, building resilient, supportive communities. As immigration costs drop, the impact ripples across our communities. Freed from mounting costs, we can redirect resources to strengthen our schools, hospitals, and infrastructure. By supporting partner nations, we forge deeper alliances, fostering stability, security, and shared prosperity worldwide. This is a solution that respects human dignity, offering hope and opportunity, while creating pathways to stability and growth. Imagine a future of dignity, responsibility, and shared purpose. Let's rethink immigration and build a future we can all believe in.
Now, doesn't that sound decent? I mean, sure, we are talking about trusting a system that doesn't trust you, but essentially, I don't know if these other people have a reason not to trust the system. Essentially, you can come over here, break the law, and get things for it. You've been incentivized at this point. So why wouldn't you feel entitled to resources that don't belong to you? Transversely. On the opposite side of that, you've got people who are from here, who are supposed to be here, trusting a system that has never done anything for them, not in any real way that makes sense. Our ancestors that fought for resources were given civil rights. And if y'all don't know by now that that's a bunch of bullshit, I don't know what to tell you. Well, maybe you want to go as well. Maybe America is not the place for you. Maybe you can find home somewhere else. And if you find a place that is reciprocal, let us know. Because as it stands, I feel like as much as people enjoy the black dollar, they don't really want to share their dollars or nairas or I don't know, whatever the currency is, wherever they land. Because let's face it, if Pan-Africanism was reciprocal, we wouldn't have these problems today. People wouldn't have been asking, well, if we were stolen from Africa, why didn't they come save us? You know, questions like that. But as it stands, everybody wakes up at a different time. And some of y'all woke up to Kamala telling you that you gotta be the wokest woke. So you threw on a rainbow and you colored your hair and you exposed your breastises and said that you were going to stop having sex with men because they voted for Trump. When in all actuality, you're not really having sex with men. You are very gay, and I just don't understand all of the lies. But again, we are existing inside of systems that are designed to confuse people. People are trusting things that don't really need their support or trust as much as, well, once you remove yourself from systems that don't fuck with you, you can see it crumble. But maybe that's a little much for tonight. So I think maybe I'll end this with bringing decency back to America through the hands of a white supremacist. I don't know. Maybe that's our conversation for this week. Until next time, y'all be easy.